I'm a work-from-home mom to a 3-year-old daughter and a 4-year-old son. I should be ready for anything. Right? But I hadn't cried in weeks. Not even when Lena threw my phone into the toilet. Not when Noah smeared peanut butter into the cushions during a client call. Not even when I realized, mid-laundry cycle, that I'd forgotten to submit an ad revision and had to redo it with one hand while rocking a feverish toddler. But that phone call from Nathan? That nearly broke me. It came just as I had finally, gotten the kids down for their naps. My laptop sat open, Slack pinging in the background. I had 45 minutes to finish a pitch deck for a boutique candle brand that insisted on using phrases like olfactory transcendence. I saw Nathan's name flash on my phone. I answered out of habit, already cringing. "We'll be there in 5, Liv," he said, his voice chipper, like this was a fun surprise. "We're starving." "We?" I paused, stunned. Who the heck was Nathan bringing over? I thought to myself. Celeste and I told you about her, my new boss. I thought she'd love to meet my incredible wife and kids, he chuckled. Oh, and could you make that roast you did a few weeks ago? It was amazing. That roast takes 3 hours, Nathan, I said. Seriously. You'll figure it out, he laughed. Just be quick about it. You're great at this stuff. Click. This wasn't new. Nathan had a gift for assuming my time was his to spend. The last time he forgot to tell me about a parent-caregiver meeting at the daycare center I sometimes left the kids at when meetings ate away at my day. I had to shuffle Lena into her carrier and Noah into mismatched shoes just to make it in time. When I told him I was behind on work, he'd smile and say, "You've got this. You always do." And I did. Because I had to. Until now. I moved mechanically, setting the table with our wedding china, something that we hadn't used since our 5th anniversary. The candles flickered in their holders. I folded cloth napkins into delicate swans and placed wine glasses by each plate. The irony of it all wasn't lost on me. I looked down at my own hands, chipped nail polish, wrists tight from typing, fingers rough from scrubbing finger paint off walls. I didn't feel amazing. I felt invisible. When the doorbell rang, I adjusted my blouse and pasted on a smile. Nathan's voice boomed from the hallway. "Honey, this is Celeste." So this was the Celeste. She was taller than I expected, dressed in a navy pantsuit that probably cost more than our mortgage. Her heels clicked confidently on the hardwood. Her hair was perfectly slicked back and she had the air of someone used to walking into a room and owning it. "Olivia," I said, offering my hand. "Liv, really. Welcome to our home." She shook my hand firmly and smiled. "This is a beautiful home," she said, eyes scanning the foyer, the polished floors, the toy bin I'd shoved behind the couch. "I hope we're not imposing," she added politely. "Oh, not at all," I said sweetly. "Dinner's just about ready." "Told you she was amazing." Nathan beamed. "Just. Liv is always pulling out all the stops." "Impressive," Celeste murmured. "I don't know how working moms do it." "Seriously." I smiled, tight-lipped. "Lots of caffeine, Celeste," I said. "And the occasional cry in the pantry or shower, that works wonders." She laughed, unsure if I was joking or not. Nathan chuckled along, oblivious. I excused myself and slipped into the kitchen. I pulled the plates from the counter, 3 slices of now cold toast, each topped with a mound of canned tuna. At least I'd chopped up onions and chilies to make it better. On the side, baby carrots and a chilled dollop of plain yogurt. Gourmet, 5-minute magic. I walked back in with care, placing each plate down like a seasoned server at a 5-star restaurant. Nathan blinked. Celeste leaned forward, eyebrows arched. I sat across from them, unfolded my napkin and took a slow sip of wine. "What is this?" Liv? Nathan leaned in, voice tight. Dinner, love, I said evenly. Just like you asked. Quick magic. I was going to make tuna melts instead, but Noah threw a tantrum because he couldn't find his stuffed dinosaur. I turned to Celeste. I have to apologize, I said. I was only given 5 minutes notice about this dinner. And Nathan did say that I should manage faster. Celeste blinked. Her lips parted and then curved. You made this in 5 minutes, Olivia? She asked. Exactly 5, I said. Including plating. There was a pause, then she burst out laughing. Not a polite titter that people do when they're unsure of anything else. Instead, it was real laughter, loud and sharp. It startled Nathan, who looked beyond embarrassed. I like her, she said, picking up her glass of wine. Liv, you remind me as a wife. Nathan tried to smile but it didn't reach his eyes. Let's schedule dinners through me next time, Celeste added, her tone smooth as silk but carrying weight. I can't promise to cook but I'll plan ahead, I promise. She stayed about 20 minutes, asking about the kids, complimenting the folded napkins, sipping her wine with unbothered elegance. Then she stood, adjusted her suit and smiled. Thank you, Liv. Truly. This was unforgettable. Nathan didn't speak until the door clicked shut behind her. He stood frozen, hands at his sides, jaw clenched. What the hell was that? He hissed. I didn't look at him. I started clearing plates. Dinner, I said evenly, stacking the plates, the silverware clinking just a little too loudly. You embarrassed me. I turned then, slow and deliberate. My heart hammered in my chest, but my voice stayed steady. I've been working since 5 a.m., Nathan. I was up with Lena at 2 a.m. and then at 4 a.m., when she wet the bed because we forgot to get her into her nighttime diapers. Noah spilled juice all over the client mood boards I printed. I changed the kids' bedding, sent out 4 pitch revisions, and had exactly 1 slice of toast all day. You called me with 5 minutes notice to impress your boss, and you expected a roast. You usually pull it off, his mouth opened, then closed. Because I kill myself trying, I snapped. And you don't even notice. He flinched like I'd hit him. I'm the calendar, Nathan. I'm the meal plan. I'm the daycare scheduler and the emergency contact. I'm the reason the lights are on and the clothes fit and the toothpaste doesn't run out. And still you think your last-minute dinner party deserves my best china and some miracle beef tenderloin? Liv, I didn't mean. His face softened. No, you never mean to, I said, my voice cracking just slightly. You never mean to forget the parent-caregiver night. You never mean to schedule your life over mine. You never mean to treat me like I'm here to keep things smooth while you get the applause. He looked down, guilty now. But it wasn't enough. I am tired, Nathan, I whispered. Not the kind of tired that sleep can fix. I'm tired in my bones. In my heart. Tired of being seen as capable when what I really am is stretched so thin I could vanish. He stepped forward, but I didn't move. You scared me tonight, he said softly. Good, I replied. Maybe now you'll actually remember that I exist as a person outside of the roles I've been assigned. That night, I worked on the pitch deck while Lena snored softly through the baby monitor and Noah mumbled in his sleep. The soft click of my keyboard was the only sound in the room. My tea had gone cold an hour ago, untouched beside me. My shoulders ached. My jaw hurt from clenching. But I couldn't stop. If I stopped, I'd start thinking again, about how lonely I'd felt at that dinner table. How I'd performed, smiled, and twisted myself into something palatable for a woman I'd never met, because Nathan needed me to shine for him. He tiptoed in, carrying 2 fresh mugs of tea. Mint, from the smell. He placed one beside me, then sat quietly across the room. He didn't speak right away, and for once, I didn't fill the silence. I talked to Celeste before she left, he said finally. She said she respects you. Thinks I'm lucky. I didn't respond. Not because I was angry, but because I didn't know what to say. I didn't mean to take you for granted, Liv, he continued. I know I have. I've gotten used to you holding everything together. You make it look easy. I looked up. His eyes weren't smug or defensive. Just tired. Different. I've always seen you as capable, he said. Like you could handle anything. That's not a compliment, I said, my voice small. It's a convenience. It gives you permission to pile more on me and call it admiration. He nodded, rubbing his hands together. I want to be better. I don't want to be the reason you disappear. I stared at the screen for a beat, then looked at him. Really looked. And I saw the worry, the shame. But I also saw the question behind his eyes. Do I still have time to fix this? I've already burned, I said quietly. You just didn't smell the smoke. In the weeks that followed, Nathan tried. He signed Noah up for daycare 3 days a week. It doesn't matter whether you have meetings or not, Liv, he said. Let's establish a routine. Let's get you some time to yourself. When Lena turns 4, she can join Noah. He started cooking Saturday dinners, disasters at first, but less so with time. Once he made sandwiches using raw spinach and cheese, but instead of blaming me for the weird combination or cursing me under his breath, he laughed. It was the kind of laugh that reached the kids and made them giggle with him, not at him. I have no idea what I was thinking, he laughed. I thought it was lettuce. He asked before inviting anyone over. He picked up milk without being reminded. He didn't always get it right, but he kept showing up. That mattered. One Sunday afternoon, I watched from the doorway as he helped Noah crack eggs into a bowl while he and Lena stirred flour with exaggerated care. The kitchen was a powdered mess, cocoa dust on the counters, smudges of batter on the walls, but Nathan looked peaceful. You're doing great, sweetie, he told Lena gently, guiding her small hands. Are the brownies magic? Noah asked. They're Mom's favorite kind, Nathan smiled. That's the magic. Then Lena dropped her spoon, and batter splashed across the floor. Noah shrieked with laughter. For a second, I expected the usual, Nathan calling for help, frustration simmering under his voice. I didn't step in. I didn't offer help. I just leaned on the doorframe, letting it wash over me, the domestic calm, the softness in his voice, the quiet rhythm of a man trying. But he just laughed, too. He crouched, wiped up the mess with a dish towel, then kissed Lena on the head. I've got it, he said softly, more to himself than to her. And in that quiet second, I saw it. The change. Not grand. Not dramatic. But real. He wasn't waiting for me to rescue the moment. He was in it, with them. And every now and then, just to keep him humble, I'd raise an eyebrow at dinner. Tuna on toast tonight? I'd ask. His face would go pale. And I'd smile and sip my wine. Just kidding, babe. For now. He never quite laughed when I said it, but his eyes always flickered, somewhere between guilt and gratitude. He knew. And somewhere across the city, I like to think Celeste smirked every time someone said they were dropping by for dinner. Because now, Nathan always checked first. Write in the comments what would you have done and subscribe to our channel D-Damn Mix.